So now we are going to continue with 7A. So person number 7A Excel Limited has 1 lakh outstanding shares of 10 each. The company earns a rate of 24 on its investment. So இது வந்துட்டு என்னது 24 percentage what is this? Return on investment, right? So return on investment தான். So return on investment 24% retains 50% of earnings as a policy. So retention வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு 50% சொல்லிக்காங்க. If cost of capital is 18%, calculate price of the share according to Gordon's model. So first point வந்துட்டு if cost of capital is 18%, what is the price of share? That is price of the share is nothing but your P. So uh, price of shares என்னன்னு அப்படின்னு கேட்டுக்காங்க. The company has total investment of around 10 lakhs in assets. So we have a total investments of 10 lakhs. That means in this 10 lakh, I'm going to get 24% return, right? So if payout ratio changes to 10%, so already they have given payout ratio as 50%. It is retention as 50% means balance 50% will be my payout in this case. So 50% is retention, so balance 50% is payout ratio. So now they are asking payout ratio changes to 10%. So this one is second point, comma 90%. So third point is 90%. So in this case, in both these cases, retention ratio will change. So if payout ratio is 10%, my retention ratio will be 90%, right? So in this case, it will be retention will be 10%. So analyze how will the share price change. So we have to analyze how the share prices changes. So infer the optimal dividend policy for Excel Limited as per Gordon's model. So we have to infer this which one is optimal dividend policy. So first we are going to calculate EPS, right? So first I'm calculating earnings. For calculating EPS and required earnings. So earnings is they have given 24% return on investment. My investment in this particular problem they have mentioned as 10 lakhs. So my return on investment is 24%. So this will be around 2,40,000. So what will be my EPS then? So EPS is equal to my earnings divided by number of shares. So earnings divided by number of equity shares, right? So that is 2,40,000 divided by how many equity shares we have in question. We have 1 lakh outstanding shares. So divided by 1 lakh. 1 lakh equity shares. That means 2.4 per share. So my EPS is 2.4 rupees per share. So hope this is clear. So my earnings, how I'm going calculating earnings. Earnings is calculated based on return on investment. So my investment in this particular problem they have 10 lakhs. So 24% is my ROI. So 10 lakhs into 24%. So we will be getting earnings as 2,40,000. So equity shares they have given 1 lakh. So fine. So this is fine. So next, I want to calculate based on Gordon's rule. So what is the formula for calculating using Gordon's rule? K is equal to dividend D1 divided by P0 plus G, right? So we require G in this question. So we want to calculate G. What is G? So G is equal to B into R. That is retention ratio. Right, based on retention only it is calculated. So whatever the assumption here is, whatever we have retained in the business, that will be going to grow at the rate of my return on investment. That's why we are using the formula B into R. So here, in first assumption, we have a retention ratio as 50%. So 50% we are going to retain. So that means in in 2.4, I'm going to retain. So retention will be 2.4 into 50 percentage. That means 1.2 I'm going to retain, right? So 1.2 rupees per share I'm going to retain. So 1.2, I hope retention is clear in this case. So growth is 50 percentage. So my R is 24 percentage. So 24 into 50 percentage, that is 12 percentage is my growth in this first scenario, right? So now I want to calculate P, this is price P0 I want to calculate. So what I have to do, I have to bring this formula in ultimate, right? So D1 divided by KE minus G. If I am bringing this everything left hand side to right hand side, I will be getting P0 is equal to D1 divided by KE minus G. So what is D1? D1 is my payout. That is, in this case, 50% is retention, and payout is also 50 percentage. That is 2.4 into 50 percentage. So 1.2. So dividend is 1.2. KE, what they have given for KE, that is cost of capital, is 18 percentage. So 18 percentage minus 12 percentage, right? So 1.2 divided by 6 percentage. So 1.2 divided by 6 percentage. So 20 rupees. So price of equity share is 20 rupees. Sorry, 20 rupees. So I hope this case is very pretty clear. So what is the next scenario they have asked for? They have asked for if payout ratio changes to 10 percentage. So if payout ratio is 10 percentage, then retention will be 90 percentage. Fine. So in this case, so payout is 10 percentage. So what will be my dividend in this case? 2.4 into 10 percentage, right? That is 0.24 will be my dividend. So what will be my growth then? D is equal to B into R. B is nothing but 90 percentage. So retention is 90 percentage into R is 24 percentage. So 24 into 0.9. So 21.6 percentage is my growth. Fine. What will be my P0? D, that is 0.24 price divided by K is 18 percentage again in this case minus 21.6. So the denominator itself is comes to negative. So the price will be in negative. So there is no value in this share. So 3.6, 0.24 divided by 3.6 percentage. So 6.67, that is in negative minus 6.67 rupees. So minus 6.67. So there is no value in this particular payout. So we have calculated for payout is 10 percentage. So again, what we need to calculate if payout is 90 percentage. If payout is equal to 90 percentage, then my dividend will be 2.4 in that is earnings per share. Already we have calculated, right? So in 2.4 we will be going to pay at 90 percentage. That is 2.4 into 90 percentage. 2.16. So after 2.4 rupees, I'm going to pay 2.16 as dividend. So what will be my growth here? That is B. B is 10 percentage. So balance 10 percentage is B into my R is 24 percentage. So again here 2.4. Growth will be 2.4 percentage. So I'm going to calculate price of my equity share. That is D 2.16 divided by my cost of equity, that is KE 18 percentage minus my G 2.4 percentage. So 15.6 percentage, 2.16 divided by 15.6. So what we are getting, 13 rupees 85 pice. So my price of equity is 13.85. Now we have to give our inference, right? So here they have asked infer the optimal dividend policy for Excel as per the Gordon's model. So as per Gordon's model, we will be having optimal R is greater than K. Our firm will be in growing position, right? So, as per Gordon's model, our retention ratio, if it is increases, my value of share also will be increasing, right? So, my optimal retention ratio will be always 0.75. If it is going more than 75 percent, it is 0.75 also, my value of share won't increase that much. So, maximum retention ratio always should be lower than 0.75. So you can see in this case itself, if my retention ratio is less than 75%. So in first case, it is 50% my retention ratio. So my price of the stock is 20 rupees. In second case, retention ratio that is more than 0.75. So my price of the stock is going on decreasing. And on third case, my retention is 10%, just 10%. So again, my stock is decreasing compared to 50%. My value of stock is decreasing. So my optimal ratio of retention is always 0.75, less than 0.75. So we have to write all these points to get the full marks. So let's move on. Hope this question is very clear now. So let's move on the next question. J Limited currently has a equity share capital of 40 lakhs consisting of 40,000 equity shares of 100 each. The management is planning to raise another 30 lakhs to finance a major program. So we require 30 lakhs to finance expansion program to one of the four possible financing plans. So we have four plans entirely through equity shares. So in this case, we are not going to raise any loans. There is no loans at all, right? So entire 15 lakhs I'm going to raise to equity shares. B, 15 lakhs in equity shares of 100 each and the balance to 8% debentures. So I require 30 lakhs. Out of this, 15 lakhs is in equity shares. So that means remaining 30 minus 15. So remaining 15 lakhs to debentures, that is 8%. That means what? For this 15 lakhs, I'm going to pay 8% interest, right? Then we have C, 10 lakh in equity shares. Then what will be the balance? 20 lakhs. 30 minus 10, 20 lakhs will be my borrowings at 9% per annum. So my interest rate for borrowing is 9% per annum. So option D, 15 lakhs in equity shares of 100 each and the balance to preference shares with 5% dividend. So here we are going to pay preference dividend. So in first three cases, we don't have dividend. The company's expected earnings before interest and taxes, EBIT, will be 15 lakhs. So we are expecting an EBIT of 15 lakhs. Assuming corporate tax rate of 50 percentage, as a cost and management accountant, you are required to analyze the EPS financial leverage that will be authorized under each of the above schemes of financing and comment on the best plan to be selected. So we need to calculate EPS and financial leverage. So based on this analysis, we need to comment the best scheme which needs to be selected. So we have A, B, C, and D. So four options we have. So EBIT under all the four options will be same, that is 15 lakhs. So in first option we are going to finance fully through equity share capital. So in this case, we are going to fully finance equity share capital, that is 30 lakhs. So we don't pay any interest for this. So interest will be nil in this case. So in second scenario, we are going to finance 15 lakhs to equity shares and remaining 15 lakhs to 8% debentures. So 15 lakhs is equity shares and remaining is 15 lakhs is 8% debentures, right? So what I'm going to pay here as interest for that 15 lakhs, I'm going to pay 8%. So 1,20,000 I'm going to pay as interest. For option C, we are going to borrow money at 9%, that is 20 lakhs. So 10 lakhs as equity and remaining 20 lakhs as 9% borrowings. So 20 lakhs into 9%. So 1,80,000 will be my interest. So in third scenario, we have fully preference shares and equity shares. That is 15 lakhs is to equity and 15 lakhs is 5% dividend preference shares. So 15 lakhs equity and preference shares is 15%. Sorry, 5%. So here I'm not going to pay any dividend, right? So here also there is no interest. So my EBT, that is earnings before tax, will be 1,50,000 minus 0. So 15 lakhs here, in this case 13 lakh 80,000, 13 lakh 20,000 and 15 lakhs. So now let's calculate tax. So how much is my tax percentage? Tax is at 50 percentage. So corporate tax is at 50 percentage. So in out of 15 lakhs, I'm going to pay 50 percentage as tax. So 7 lakh 50,000, 6 lakh 90,000, 6 lakh 60, 7 lakh 50. So here my after tax, that is profit after tax, will be 7 lakh 50,000, 6 lakh 90,000, 6 lakh 60 and 7 lakh 50. So after this, I'm going to pay preference dividend. So in A, B, C, there won't be any preference dividend. Only in case of D, we will be having preference dividend. So how much we will be going to pay? 15 lakhs into dividend percentages, 5%. So 75,000 we are going to pay as dividend in case of D. So profit available for equity shareholders. So profit available for equity shareholders is 7 lakh 50,000, 6 lakh 90, 6 lakh 60, 6 lakh 75. Fine. Now I need to calculate what EPS. So EPS is calculated based on number of equity shares. So in this case, we have how many shares? So already we have 40 lakh equity shares. Now currently I'm going to issue for 30 lakhs, right? So 40 plus 30, 70,000 shares. That is 70 lakhs divided by this one 100 each. So you will be getting 70,000 equity shares. So in this case, 40,000 shares plus 15,000. So 40 plus 15, 55. In this case, 10 plus existing is 40. So 50. Here 15 plus existing is 40. So 55. Everything in 1000. So my EPS will be 7,50,000 divided by 70,000. So my EPS will be 10.71, 12.55, 13.20, 12.27. So now what else we need to calculate? We need to calculate financial leverage. So financial leverage is equal to, what is my formula? EBIT divided by EBT, right? So EBIT in this case 15 lakhs divided by EBT, that is again 15 lakhs. So in this case, both are same. So I will be getting answer is 1. So in this case, 15 lakhs divided by my EBT is 13 lakh 80,000. So 1.09 will be my answer. So what will be in this case? My EBIT 15 lakhs divided by 13 lakh 20,000. So 1.13 here, 15 lakhs divided by EBIT again in this case also 15 lakhs. So again it will be 1. So what we need to do further, so we need to suggest which plan is better. So if I am comparing EPS, which plan is having highest EPS? It is plan C. And also if I am comparing financial leverage, plan C is also same. Plan C is having higher EPS. So I will be suggesting plan C, that is 10 lakhs equity shares and 9% borrowing, so that we can have an EPS and higher EPS and higher financial leverage. But this plan also have lot of risk, because we are going to take so much of borrowings, right? So that's it. So we have discussed all the questions relating to FMBDA. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe my channel. Thank you.